Planet Earth. We're there with the Goat Western May and the League of Legends. How you doing, how you doing, how you doing? There, you know? There, man. Give thanks and praise for life, you know? Give thanks and praise for your ups and downs. Just give thanks and praise for everything overall, you know? Give thanks, man. So this video, yeah, take out my headphone. It's going to be a review about my arrest in it. Because I don't know content same way down. So basically, the arrest, yeah. I spoke to the police over the phone, innit? And I explained to them, you know, that I'm going to come to the station. Because, you know, I weren't really hiding or nothing. You can't hide from nothing, boy, you know, it's a big, we use the term, it's a big prison, innit? Open prison, so to speak. So, you know, so no matter what you think, you're depend on surveillance 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 a year, you know? So, man, you have to smile, even though the situation mucky. So, yeah, spoke to the police and I said, look, I come to the station. They told me which station to come. So, yeah, had some Jamaican soup and said, yeah, I'm going to make my way. And on the way, you know, speaking to my friend on a video call, yeah, WhatsApp, and explain to him what go on in it. And yeah, Planet Earth, get a call from my sister and then the video just cut off. Where was I? Yeah, on my way to the police station, yeah. And I talked to my friend on the phone. And I don't even think I was like 10 minutes away from the station, yeah. So while I'm on the phone with my friend, I pass a police car and it park up on the roadside. And I said to him, you know, while me I talk, me I watching at the mirror, and I said, look, pass the police car, but it just pull out behind me, you know. I said, I pass the police car, but it just pull out behind me. And by the time I reached the roundabout, the police car was right underneath my bumper. You know, I tell him, so boy, I must mean them I go pull while them, you know, drive down on me like, but I was one car I saw at the time. So by the time I reached down to a stoplight, I see the police, one police come with siren and pull over in front of me, you know. And I say, yes, I hate this, so what this? No, me I go to the station, so I never really para and I think, what go on, why did, you know? And police pull out in front of me, one in front of me, one behind me. Yeah, and I don't know where the next one there, but at the end of it, it was 3 police cars, and it like, so me have some big top criminal, you know. Yeah, and the man run come on my door and I say, get out, get out. And I'm saying to them, calm down, innit? Why you like being so aggressive in a certain sense, yeah? And I asked them to let me take my seatbelt off, because they might try to drag me out with the seatbelt on, you know. Took the seatbelt off and they dragged me out. Not, you know, no rough. It was a bit severely dragged, but, you know, I thought they were going to fling me on the floor, to be honest. And they bring me to the one little railing what was there and telling me I'm under arrest and putting on the handcuff. They put the handcuff me behind me, innit? And then the police was carrying me across the road and he was dragging me, you know. I said, man, I got a bad back, take time, innit? You know, once I said that, he kind of take time, you know, and start searching me up and stuff. Search me up and I say, you know, I can find nothing, mate. I ain't that type of person, you know. I mean, do negativity, so to speak. I have nothing like no weapon or nothing on me. I search up the car and, you know, right away me and the police start have a conversation because I recognize him in one of my videos. I think that was the last time police came to my yard in December 2024, and that the police who put the handcuff on, he was the one standing with me. So me I say, you know, I recognize your face. I share a video with you in it, you know, me I tell him. And the man say, yeah, man, it's on TikTok, man, real peace, God, you know. And me I say, you know, this is what I do, you know what I mean, post video on social media about creating real peace and that. Anyway, me and him did a talk a little bit and I say, you believe in world peace? And him say, yeah. And I say, you think it's possible, you know, Him no know what he say, if I'm but me say, there you go. If you think it's impossible, then you're making it impossible, innit? You gotta believe in it, you gotta know, so to speak. Anyway, we had a nice little conversation at the roadside, and them put me in the police car and said they might take me to, the other town, Stevenage, they call it police station. So this is kind of like a review of Stevenage police station and how I got treated. Yeah, so on the way there, I said to him, I thought I was gonna go to my town. He said there's no holding, no cell there. You're trying to hurt my sister Carl again, man. So, if they get cut off again. Where was I? On the way to the police station, speaking to the police. And I ask him about Jamaica anytime. And I tell him, say, yo, you don't know, we always have to give good speech about the country, and because it is good in my views. It's just the crime and violence, and I believe that that's a worldwide thing in it. So I explained to him, say, yeah, man, crime there everywhere, and to be honest, as a tourist, you're more, you got 99.9999 chance, for nothing wrong with you down there than the locals, so to speak. So him saying been to the Caribbean, but he been to Cuba. And I say, yeah, man, the next trip I go Jamaica, man. I'm telling him about my town, go to my town. Anyway, long story short, we end up at the police station, and you know what I mean, and what them call it, when you go through the process of going into the cell. So, he bring me to the sergeant and explain what me get arrested for. And then I had to, you know, tell them my date of birth and stuff like that. And them search me again. And then they take me to a back room, do the fingerprint, take my picture, and then put me in the cell. And this is why I say it's a review on, Stevenage Police Station. Big up on yourself. It never was 100% perfect, but I don't know a jail, what I mean? They can't expect like a hotel there, so to speak. But the staff them, the first shift what I went in there, the night shift will start. I don't know what time they start. To be honest, the police told me say him not really know what went down, so him just start him shift, and he start at 5. So that shift, I don't know if them work from 5 till whatever time, but that shift where I went in with too, they were amazing, they were so amazing, man. They make me felt like I threw me a real piece God make they were treating me like this, what I mean? I swear down. They even at the roadside before me went to the station, the police are asking if me have anything to eat from there, I swear down. And I say, and that made me park up and I think, wow, why the man asking me if I have anything to eat like that? Like, are they planning to give me something to eat for, through the paramine? Anyway, at the station, do the fingerprint and all of that, and then put me in the cell, and offer me something to eat. I weren't hungry or nothing, because like I said, I had some Jamaican soup. Yeah, and every minute somebody come to ask me like what I need, like it was weird. I'm thinking, wow, is that how jail is? It's too nice, what I mean? But I tell you, don't lie, man, it was like they asking anything I want. If I want medication for my pain, and that me was para, me, me not the pain, and me I tell them no, me alright, because me I say, I wonder if, anyway, paranoia. And this is the main thing, yeah, because that arrest has helped my paranoia, you know what I mean? Me say me ball in a station, man, come and say, yo, look how me always fearful of the authorities. I know I'm right in their house, and them a treat me so nice. It make me feel like, yo, more I'm ball right now, man. Me easy to get emotional, so I don't know me already, planet Earth. The man then treat me good, and me I say, yo, how come they, they treating me so nice? Me now like everyone, they, I believe they did the same for everyone who was locked up, I could hear people banging and screaming still like it was a mental institute, and I tell no lie, but You know, when you go in them cell, you can get a bit. Some people are claustrophobic and stuff like that, so them can't cope, so to speak. But when you're in there, you will get a like a. It depends on the person, innit? You get a panic feeling like, yo, look where I am, kind of like can't escape, I can't do nothing. You know what I mean? Like literally, but I got one sense I believe when we use I said, boy, you can kind of like be locked away, but your brain, you're kind of like somewhere else. It's not easy to do because I was trying it and, it's like we got so much running through my brain, we can't get fit, really focus. And, me just I think of loads of stuff in it. And in the cell, yeah, and thinking stuff and, you know, the mattress what I was on, it was quite thin, innit? And it's like when I lie on it, it feels like I live in concrete and nylon. So when one lady, I don't know, the jail chaperone lady or whatever she is, she said to her, "Have you got any thicker mattress?" And she said she gonna check and find out. But you know, she did took a while to come back. But I don't know. She was busy. She explained that to me, and she came with a thicker mattress, and they gave me a blanket, and the blanket was a bit I was still cold in it, and I asked them later on in the night. I asked a guy for a thicker blanket. I believe it was even the following day or something like that. I asked, and they gave me a thicker blanket, and it's I end up with two blankets. Yeah, that's one police. When he came to my cell, he was like, you're living it up, kind of like, cause I got one blanket spread out on the mattress, and I have one to cover with, so yeah, and they got some people who pass through. They just like volunteer. What their name again? Responsible adult. They call them, and they will come and ask you if the police is treating you okay. And I did say to the police, and I said, "Got me when paro, but you have to nurture your paranoia, innit? Else you're just gonna go severe." So I said to the police, "Boy, if I come back out alive, I'm gonna do a video about how I've been treated, you know what I mean?" So him said, "Don't worry, we will look after you, you know." Anyway, where was I? In the cell, and yeah, the the lady who's the responsible adult, right? I think, yeah, either it was like 5 in the morning. They came and said to me, they, no, loads of stuff going. But me try remember them as me go along, innit? The sergeant, when the shift changed, there was a different sergeant, yeah, and he came to my cell and he's talking to me and he's saying the other sergeant on the phone want to speak to me to ask me if I'm getting looked after properly. You know what I mean? And I was like, no, this is weird. They treated me special. I swear down. But I don't know if they ask everybody that. But I didn't see if they ask everybody that. And he said he's on the phone now if I want to come and speak with him and explain to him that I'm being treated all right and fairly. And I said, through my para and me and my pain, and I said, no, it's all right. You guys are treating me all right. So he said to me, what should I tell him? He's on the phone, So I said, tell him that I'm okay and you guys are amazing. You're treating me fine. You know what I mean? And, when he shut this shell door and walk off, my son, I get emotional. Come here, I say, yo, this is weird, man. They treating me nice. And I start be tears around to me, man, and in there and sit down and I say, yes, Planet Earth, another phone call come again, and this your amazing the services. This was they say like three arch. They are for drug and alcohol use because when I was in the jail, they were asking me about my alcohol or drugs use, so to speak, and I told them that I believe I'm a bit abusive with the alcohol because of my pain, and the lady said she going to refer me to get some help, so she called me earlier, but I weren't able to talk to her, and I said to call back, and she just called back now to give me some help for my alcohol misuse, England, big up on yourself, man. I love, 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 love. Swear down, so I explained to her that, because of my situation and that I'm more focusing on other stuff. So it's like, I'm okay at the moment. And she said she gonna discharge me from the service. And if I need any help in the future, I should feel free to contact them. So there you go, Planet Earth. Amazing stuff, man. Where was I anyway? So yeah, me in the cell, man, and me I think say, oh, me was so paranoid of the authorities, and look how they're being so helpful to me, man. And me did a ball, man, and the man come back in. I think he went to get a rule book about the rules of how the police supposed to treat you when you're arrested. And when he come back, me just in tears and I can't help myself, man. And he must, he said, what's up? And I explained to him, say, boy, I was so severely paranoid at the authorities and the way you lots are treating me. It's just amazing, man. And and I explained to him, say it's helping me, it helped me to feel better. You know what I mean? So sometime in life, you will think you think say true you're in a bad situation, but there's good in it too. You understand me? That and them thing them I learn over the years. Say, you will think say because something bad happened to you, it's gonna be all bad, bad, bad. But there's good in it, cause that's what I explained to my sister last night. I say, you know what? You know, sometimes bad things happen to you, but it's for a good reason. You understand me? And you're not gonna know until you're in the situation, and then when you come out and you see how it makes you feel or whatever. So anyway, the police, um, me I explained to him, said, boy, I was so severely paranoid of the authorities, and you lots are amazing, man. It's just got my head feeling like, this is unbelievable, so to speak. And him explained to me, said, no, man, we are just doing our job, and we are here, you're at the holding, but we are supposed to look after you and value human rights and everything same way. You understand me? And I was like, yeah, for real, kind of like. Anyway, he went, and through me start get comfortable with them now, me say, you know what, I'm gonna get some painkiller, I'm not gonna bear this pain no more, cause I start feel safe in it. And and later on in the night, I pressed the buzzer and told them that I need medication, and they said, oh, the nurse is gonna call the nurse. I don't know if the nurse got a room. There's a room there for nurse, you know. So the nurse did take a bit long, to be honest, but when he said he sent the message out for the nurse, because I had to go press the buzzer again to find out why is it taking so long, kind of like. And then he explained to me that the nurse is there, but there's other people, they're assisting to others before they get to me. Yeah, and when they get to me now, I explained about my pain, and the lady wanted to give me, what you call it, like one medication called ibuprofen. I had it in the past, but I just wanted the the shop one, so to speak, because I don't want to get no strong one. It just was para about what the strong one would have done in it. So I took the lower what you call it, the one where I know from the shop, so to speak. That I said to them, I want that one, right, and gave it to me, and I'm there, throughout the night, and I think it was 5 in the morning when the responsible adult, you know. I don't remember if I covered that bit already, but yeah, I spoke with two responsible adults that night, but when they woke me up 5 in the morning, yeah, cause the medication did knock me out a bit, and then got woke up, and I woke up and I'm confused, and the man's like, oh, you need to come to the front desk to speak about something. And they took me to the front desk, and the man said, explaining to me. At this point, my brain just fumbled. Whatever I must say, me not even comprehend, you know what I mean? And he's explaining my rights, and I said, explaining to me, said the lady, if I got any complaint about how they've been treating me, we can tell this lady, and this lady will be, the one to put them in their place, so to speak. But I was thinking, even if they were treating me unfair, I wouldn't tell because I'm locked down. They would have probably treated me worse or unfair. So it was a bit of parrot to say, if I'm treated unfairly, I wouldn't even say because it's like grassing upon them and you're still in the police station, you're still in the cell. Anyway, they told me my rights and explained that to me and put me back in the cellar. I was at that point. I thought it was a bit weird because I'm like they wake me up for that kind of like I would rather be sleeping and that's cause when you're sleeping you just not know in it. So sit down there and I worry or not think nothing in it. So yeah, back in the cell now, and then I think there was like shift change again. Every time a shift change, they come to your cell and ask you the other shift, do the same routine, ask you what you want, if you know. And me now, come my mouth gone sour now, I feel stale in it. So me I say, me ask the lady, say, can I get like a toothbrush or mouthwash or something? And she must have been sarcastic, cause I'll know, me I tell you, man. She said, oh yes. And me say to her, can I got like toothpaste with it and that? And she's like, oh yes, we've got them toothbrush, the one them where you can break in two and you put it down into the little tube and it comes with toothpaste in it. And she said, I'll get one for you, okay? I know when I see this lady that we did wait for toothbrush and toothpaste like say I must see things a hotel resort me there to be honest. Anyway, that went. And then with this nurse, me going big up you, yeah, big up the nurse. I think her name is Kerry, yeah, cause she was so amazing with me, you know what I mean. She even let me get a walking stick, I still got it right now. So she me went in the clinic room and sitting there, and she took my blood pressure and my temperature, and I mean, tell her what happened to my back, cause they don't want to know why you get arrested for nothing. I mean, I don't know if they know, but you understand me. She just more focusing on she doing her job and then focusing on my health, so to speak. So she gave me another dose of a painkiller, and then when I went back in the cell, she I don't remember why she came back to me in the cell. And when she come out the cell, she'll turn around and she say, nice meeting you like that. Like I'm such a good person. She glad that she met me. You know what I mean? That made me felt good. You know what I mean? I swear that. She was like, nice meeting you. And I was like, nice meeting you too. And at this point, I didn't know her name and I asked her name. And, you know, as if we were introducing ourselves to each other, so to speak. And I think it was at that point I said to her, I travel around with a walking stick, but I didn't have it in my car, and the walking stick helps with take the pressure off of the side of my what you call it, my hip, what's damaged, so to speak. So she said she gonna see if she find one, and she came back with a walking stick, and I was surprised. That walking stick helped me out so good, man, and she measured up to my height and thing like that, and then you know. I think that was the last time I saw her. And I said to myself, boy, when I come out, would I buy a card or a bunch of flowers or something and bring it to the station and give it to her, man, because the service, or, that's the whole Stevenage staff, them, they were amazing most of the time. There was time when I thought, wow, they're probably just tricking me up. Even that, the lady, there was other people who came through, and said, look, we are from the mental health, and if you need any, mental, and they know about my paranoia. So she was like, if you get, or if you get bail release, we're gonna make you go to the mental and get some help with them too. And she said she would have put the information in the bag with my stuff, with my wallet and phone and stuff. So when I come out, I can be able to call them and book an appointment and stuff like that. So I was like, it was a shocker because I was like, I didn't know that's the type of service you get, I don't know, I had got arrested in the past, but I don't remember if his service was that amazing because this was years ago, so. But this service, man, it was over the top, to be honest. It was just amazing, and the mental, I think if I needed mental help, they would have given me that inside the jail, same way, you know. The same mental lady came back again another day, because they told me that they called me. Was thinking, for 24 hours is the maximum I can get old for. So at this point, me not eat nothing, and when me I try to do the maths and I say, okay, I got arrested at that time, so maybe they're gonna let me out Sunday evening when Sunday evening would make it 24 hour, since I've been in there. So I didn't eat nothing. Every time I'm off of my food, I was alright. But I wasn't really hungry, man, because you just thinking other stuff, there's no time to think about food and then something there. You know what I mean? So anyway, the mental lady came back again because me never get, they didn't release me, and the 24 hour came and they said they got keep me in to do what? I don't remember. But when I came, I think I got out. They took me to see the doctor or something like that. And when I came back, I see a leaflet in the cell on the floor, and it stated that when I was asleep, the sergeant reviewed my case and thought that they need to um they need to keep me longer for more, what you call it, investigation, something like that. I can't quite remember. So, at this point now, I was like, bloody hell, I'm gonna be all day here for another 24 hour, kind of like. Anyway, yeah, stuff was amazing most of the time. And I try to remember everything planet Earth, So, this point now, I said, you know what, I'm gonna ask to get some fresh air. So, I pressed the buzzer, and they explained to me, say, yeah, we're gonna let you get some fresh air. And I think I requested the fresh air for quite a few times and I didn't get it. So, I, but this was shift change now, so I'm thinking these other set of people, they a bit different in it. And at that point, I felt like, you know, they taking the P now. Because I even asked for a phone call, what I was entitled to. And all now, I get the phone call and me ask and me ask, cause this phone call what I needed to make would be very, 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 very important to make, yeah. And yeah, they didn't give me. I got a phone call, but to speak to a lawyer, innit? And the lawyer tell me say, but this was like 2 in the morning or something like that, Sunday morning now. So the lawyer tell me say, look, can't do nothing until you know in the morning. So what you need to do, just hold your head down, and I think he said something about keep hydrate, keep your body, drink water, so to speak. And yeah, so I keep on requesting the phone call, and they keep on telling me, yeah, I'll get a phone call soon. And they ask me who I want to call. I told them, and they keep on saying you will get a call soon. Cause if in order to make the call, I don't know the number out of my head, so I would have to get my phone and get the number out. And this is another thing, yeah. When you got certain important number, you better reminisce it. I mean, I said, cause you never know, like, sometimes you end up, say if you have planned to go to jail, but it's good when you know, like people who's important to you or whatever, you got them, you can know their number off the top of your head, so you can able to dial without looking in a phone. Cause what if you lost your phone or anything? It could be anything, But me never not one somebody number me not know in my head, Go my own phone number I know in my head, yeah. So that was weird. I mean, I said, I want to get the phone call in a call. So at this point now, I think in the morning now, the lawyer came and they take me in one room. Yeah, is it interview? Something like that. And, went in the room and the lawyer explained to the lawyer what happened. And then him say, all right, you know, they can go put me back in the cell and then they're gonna take me out for interview, which is what you call it when the police who's handling the case is gonna cross examine me, something like that. Ask me some question on the record, so to speak. Yeah. I feel good. Ask me some question on the record, yeah? And we did that, with my lawyer present. And did that with my lawyer present, yeah? And then at this point, I haven't been charged yet, innit? So, they just build the case up to see if, what happened, if they going to charge me for it or what. Anyway, back in the cell now, so this is when you're waiting to find out if you're gonna get charged, and if you get charged, or if you're gonna get bail, or if you're gonna whatever they're gonna do. Anyway, in the cell now, and this is the bit where you think, boy, you ain't really done nothing, so what you gonna get charged for, so to speak. And in there, wait until what happened? Yeah, they come now and say, you know this when the thing say, yeah, they're gonna look to bail me now. The man say he's charging me in it, and I got caught in the morning, bro. And I'm thinking, bloody hell, this is not good now, me. I'm thinking of my youth. And no, it's severe now, parrot kicking, cause I think so, bloody hell, ain't even gonna be taking me court, like literally, this is what's happening, and meaning that, and then call me up and say them charge me, you understand me, and then they put me back in the cell, and did it, and me, I said, boy, imagine, this is happening to me, world peace is going down, so to speak, man, and, me ask for the phone call, I ask for the phone call, and I still not get the phone call, see it, and at this point now, I think so maybe I try to get the responsible adult, you understand me, but, me start losing my trust now, innit, and I said, boy, I'm not even will call the responsible adult, because it's pointless, so to speak, start get paranoid, and next thing you know, they said to me, the truck is gonna come in the morning at whatever time to take me to court. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, wow, this is ridiculous now. And trying to get a phone call, can't get a phone call. And then bring me back out again now. And this was one of the scary bit. They reading out this stuff what them claims me do and them a charge me for, and say me fi sign it, and I'm thinking, my brain so fumbly, I don't know what I'm signing for, and I can't read it. It was so much word and stuff, you just going crazy at this point, man. And the man tell me if he sign the paper, if go a court, so when I go to court to agree that me understand the charges. And I said, I don't understand, and I can't sign something where I don't understand, innit? And the sergeant did look a bit vexed, yeah, and he was like, all right, you want to go for fresh air? And he went, yeah, let him out for fresh air. And at that point, we managed to get my fresh air, yeah. And when we go out there now, the back of the yard, it's like, you don't know, I don't know where you can't escape anything. And it's cool out there, the bad, because we did in the cell was much warmer. But we needed a bit of fresh air. And out there, and started to rain, innit? And I said, Louise, start panic out there, and I said, I wonder if the sergeant did this, so he's like punishing me for not signing the paper, so to speak, and I say, I'm not stay out here no more longer, and I start knock the gate, and nobody not answer, so I start panic, and I said, Louise, Punish them, I punish me, no true, me no sign the paper, you know. You know, see it on one mind, no, hear me paranoid now, no. Start bang the gate and tell them, say, yes, you go sign the paper. Me say, me start bang the gate, but me not say nothing in it. Me I wait to see if no one's gonna go come open it. But they didn't take long, it took around 5 minutes, you know. Me knock it a few times until me hear the somebody a ruffle key and then they let me in and bring me back to my cell. And it was a bit intimidating because I thought, while you know, when I pass and I look on the sergeant, him look like saying, Bex, you know, that me never signed the paper. And I said, always, I wonder if they go start treat me bad. That's because I not sign the paper, you know. And end up back in the cell now. And did it till, you know, I think it was shift change again, right? And I asked to see the nurse again, right? And then when they took me back to the clinic bit and speaking to the nurse, she did the same thing. You know, she done my blood pressure, checked my temperature, and then she's saying she's gonna bring the medication to my cell, right? And at this point now, I say, you know what? Gotta eat something, yeah, man, cause if I go to court and then if from court to remand or whatever, how them do it, me not know. But me I say, if me not gonna get released on them thing there, then I might as well eat little food and then eat it. So I mean, I'm me not like I run severely hungry still, you know what I mean? But me just they prepare myself in case, you know, me any prepare myself for the future, so to speak, because, you know, I got no money, I got money for my card, but without you can't spend card at them place there, in it, so me I say, you know, I better eat like or something, so when the nurse came with the medication, I explained to her, say, look, I've been taking loads of medication and I haven't eaten no food, man, and, you know what I mean, I don't want to really take no more meds without eating liquor food, innit? You know, and she said, all right, you know, gonna get me ask them for food for me, so to speak. And they got a list of stuff for food in it. Like them say sweet and sour chicken, curry chicken, and I can't remember everything, but you know, this sounds like it was some nice posh food in it. So they would never name me out to you, you know. So we end up go for what did I go for? Sweet and sour chicken with mushroom and rice. You know, and the man they bring it come. To be honest, the lady bring the medication come first. And I said to her, look, I haven't get the food yet, so I'm gonna keep the medication. And when we eat the food, I will take it. She said, no, you gotta take it now. Let me see. I can't leave you with it. You understand? And I'm like, but you know, I make sure. I said, you sure? I'm nothing gonna do me if I take the medication for me hungry belly. She said, no, you'll be alright because you're going to get the food now, innit? So, you know, she give me the medication. I'm not lying, would have been my last meds before I go court, yeah? So, you know, so when I go so, um, throw the pill in my mouth and go so and drink the water, I swear down, the pill just fly out back, you know? Vroom. No, if I feel it, I come up and I stay so boom and put the cup on my mouth and the pill drop in the cup. And end up start be sick, you know what I mean? And I dip on and I throw up in the bowl, you know, in the toilet bowl. And I said, blow is maybe, you know, yeah, planet Earth. No, no, no,